It is no secret that Jose Mourinho has been sacked from AS Roma due to poor results. However, what some people may not know is that in January, Roma had a strict transfer budget of just 1.5 million euros due to UEFA financial fair play rules. In most contexts, that would sound like a lot of money, but in the footballing world, that's not a lot. So today I will be taking charge of Roma with the goal of making them Champions League and Serie A winners in either back-to-back or the same season. All that must be accomplished within 5 seasons and a strict transfer budget of 1.5 billion euros per season. So some of you might be wondering, how am I going to check the, the club's transfer budget or our spending in general? Well, I'm going to use this page, the finance page here in EAFC, and I'm going to look at the expenses tab down at the bottom left. So overall, our expenses should not exceed 1.5 billion euros in order for us to complete the challenge here. This is the starting 11 and the bench for the first match day of the first season. There are some lone players in the club here, but I'm not going to be focusing on them. Instead, I'm going to be focusing on the main players that are in the club, the players that are high overall and could be useful for us now or a few seasons down the line. Potentially with that 1.5 million euros that I have, I'll probably look to bring in young talent that could be emergency backups or maybe even get some starting role at Roma. So far, not too bad. I'm looking at the budget at the end of the first transfer window. We only spent 23,500. That is not too bad. We are on board, with the limitation. Also, we are in the Europa League. So we have two ways to qualify for the Champions League for next season, either by getting top 4 in Serie A or by winning the Europa League. Let's try and get it. Maybe let's try and just win the Europa League, because I think we might be able to. We're in this group here, which I think we should be topping here, and let's hope that is the case. I know what you guys are gonna say. Where are the results? I'll show them all at the end of the season. I myself have not looked at them completely as well. But in the January transfer window, I decided to make a player swap here, which will hopefully help our budget, because we're bringing Quick Kibio here and we're giving Arsenal Smalling. I wanted to keep Smalling for a little bit longer, but he's declining in overall, and I think we are better off bringing a younger and maybe less overall center back that we can develop. So welcome Kibio to Roma. Alright, we are at the end of season number 1 here. Looking at this screen, it seems that we're good, because we are completely in the profit zone, 200 plus million profit. Although the top left corner, that board rating doesn't really fill me with confidence, and we only spent 202 and 800 in expenses all season long, so which means we were able to meet our limitation or our expectations of spending less than 1.5 billion euros. Now let's take a look at the results of the competitions that we were in. We're starting things off here with the Europa League, which we confidently topped our group. 5 wins, 1 draw. I'm happy about that. Let's see who we got in the round of 16 here, and let's see how did we go. Okay, in the round of 16, we got Newcastle United, and we just defeated them barely on penalties. That has, made my confidence go down slightly. Also, Manchester City here in the Europa League. What is going on here? And of course, I had to open my mouth, did I? In the quarterfinals, guess who eliminated us? Manchester City, of all clubs. We drew the first leg, but in the second leg, we lost 2-1. And because of that, we have crashed out of the Europa League at the quarterfinals. That's a bit of a shame. Let's see whether we can get better results in other competitions. Also, just in case anyone's wondering, Europa League was won by Liverpool in a 5-3 goal thriller against Manchester City. And even more heartbreak for us here, because in the semi-finals of Coppa Italia, we have crashed out to Juventus after winning 3-2 in the first leg as well. And of course, Juventus gone to win the whole thing. Right, we only have one more competition left, and that is the Serie A. Probably one of the more important competition. Let's see how we go in it. Right, I'm starting at the bottom of the table here. I don't know where we have finished, but I was simming through, and I think we should be maybe top 3 easily. I I don't see us being like terrible. We should be top 3. We should have a Champions League spot secure. We should be keeping our job. This is the bottom half of the table. Okay, scrolling up to 10th place, 9th place. We're not there, so that's good. 8th spot, we're not there. That's good. 7th spot, we're not there. 6. Okay, this is good. This is good. 5th, okay. Yeah, we're safe at this point. We're going to keep our job, but where did we end up? Come on. I want a piece of silverware. Okay, Napoli in 4th, top 3. This is where it gets tense here, because I'm a little bit worried. We might have finished in that 3rd or 2nd spot. Okay, 3rd spot Inter, which means it's down to AC Milan and us. Did we win the Serie A here? And yes, we do. We come in first on 100 points as well. Only 2 lost the whole season. That is actually very, very good there. You know what? At the end, there was indeed a light at the end of the tunnel. So we have won our first major competition here. And there we go. It is official. We have added the trophy of the Serie A to the board here, and we are eligible to complete the career mode in the next season if we win the Champions League next season here. But that's for season number 1. Let's head on to season number 2. Season 2 begins here with the transfer of a new keeper into the club here. We sign a young Spanish goalkeeper here, Miguel Cruz, from the free agency. Looking for him to maybe be the first team keeper moving forward, but we'll see how that goes. Also, there's a whole bunch of just loan moves out the club here, trying to get some development from many of our young players. There's one player that I would like to highlight here, and that is David Lobardi here, who we actually signed again from the free agency, 18 years of age, and a big 74 rated. He's gonna be a awesome defender in the future here if we ever need one. And of course, I'm closely monitoring the budget situation as well. Quickly take a look at it here. We can see we are very close to the limit here. So because of that, I'm not going to sign any more players this season. Only the 2 free agency transfers into our club here. And this will be the side that we are rocking with for season number 2 here in the Roma career mode. Not too many changes at all in any department. In fact, most of it generally is the same, only with Cruz coming in to take our first team keeper spot and Kiwior on the bench. But other than that, the squad remains relatively the same. Let's see what we can do here in this season. And this is also the bench here, I guess, in case if anyone's wondering. Let's see what we can do in this season. Of course, by winning the Serie A last season, we are in the Champions League this season. However, we do not have an easy group here. Barcelona, Sporting, and Dynamo Kiev here. Hoping, fingers crossed, we can get out of this group. And we are surprisingly top the group here with 0 losses. That kind of boosts my confidence a little bit. I thought Barcelona was going to top the group here. But let's see who we got in the round of 16 here. And in the round of 16, we are facing Liverpool. Barcelona got Bayern Munich. So no easy draw there, but fingers crossed we can get it done in the round of 16. Okay, that is what I like to see. We are beating Liverpool, but we are just by the slimmest of margins defeating them, which I'm a little bit concerned about here. But nonetheless, we are true to the last 8 here. And the last 8, let's see who we get. Well, this is not going to be an easy run, is it? We got Bayern Munich up next, the team that defeated Barcelona in the round of 16. Yeah, something tells me that we're going to need our all here to defeat Bayern Munich. And here we are, the first leg of this Champions League quarterfinal here against Bayern Munich. We are away here. Quick simming the match. Come on, get me a positive result. I mean, that's an okay result, but you know, I wish for the win there. Okay, we need to get it done here in the second leg here. So far, it is a tie. No one has the advantage, but we are at home here at the Stadio Olimpico. Let us deliver here. The scoreline is a narrow 2-3 loss. Harry Payne misses a penalty, but he makes up for it. And just like that, we are out of the Champions League. Heartbreak in the Champions League. So we have come to the end of the season here. So I'm just going to take a look at our budget and make sure we spend as required. And as you can see there, we have spent less than 1.5 million. So we have not exceeded our budget limit. Let's see how we fare in the Serie A this season. Okay, before we get to the Serie A, the Champions League was won by Manchester City over Leipzig. We lost in the EA Sports FC Super Cup semi-final here, and I believe Inter was the one that won it over AC Milan here. However, we did win the Coppa Italia over Inter Milan, but we do get the all-important result that we were looking for here. A top of the table of the Serie A performance is what we have done on 86 points. We have once again topped the Serie A, which means that we are eligible to complete the career mode next season. And of course, as season 2 wraps up here, these are the trophies that we have gathered. 2 Serie A titles, 1 Coppa Italia. Let's hope next season we add the Champions League trophy to that list. So last season, I actually realized that this $1.5 million budget thing is a bit of a problem, which means most likely I can only buy from the free agents list or use trades. So which is why I've kind of, scouted the best young players here, or at least who I think are the best young players in my opinion. And maybe I'll sign 1 or 2 of them depending on whether the club requires them and their ability. Let's see which free agents do we get. So I managed to find one that is somewhat first team ready. Damir Kovacevic here. Sorry if I butchered that name. The Boston center back coming in on us for free. We get him before Nice got him. That is how I know this guy might be a future first team player. However, someone that is leaving the club. I tried to get this guy back on a contract, but he did not want to resign. He's 32 years of age, but I still think he could be of value to us, especially in this season when we are trying to push to win the UEFA Champions League. Anyways, it is Spinazzola off to Liverpool. We got him off there for £18 million. And it is a one and done season here for Jacob Kiwior. We surprisingly got £23 million for this guy, even though his value is only 13 million. Yeah, I mean, it's not like I can spend any of that, but we're making profits anyways. And another transfer out of the club here. I really don't need this guy, so Nicola Piselli here. I loaned him out the past few seasons. Now I've decided to cash in on him. £1.45 million. And another player that I just decided to cash in on because I don't really need the use of him, Ricardo Pagano of the Familia for €3.55 million. One of our youth prospects also is off to another club here. Karmaguk SK gets Aitor Chavez and Oda Matsui. I think this guy can become a good center mid in the future, which is why I'm loaning him out to Spezia. Another loan move here for Filippo Alessio. I think this guy could become a star in the future, which is why I'm keeping him but sending him on loan to Rangers. And last but not least, we signed a young left back here who could really become one for the future, Fernando Riviera from the free agency, but we have sent him out on loan here to Al Hilal for him to grow and develop, hopefully. With all that transfer business done, we have only spent £1,033,900, so we're still below the budget. However, I think signing first team or even bench players could be impossible now. Well, we'll see how the season goes, I guess. And this is how this first team is looking like for the season. Some of our players actually have very good growth and are very high overall. Mancini, Dybala, Abraham, just to name a few. Cruz as well, 73 rated. That's our weakest spot, but I couldn't find a good enough goalkeeper that that could grow as well. So I've gone with Cruz again with our first team keeper. Hopefully that does not hurt us here. But I believe we have a decent-ish squad here that could cover all bases here. And I whether this squad is Champions League winning, I do not know, but I think this squad will give a good crack at it. And as you can see here, these are all our team players available to us. Let's see how this team performs. Once again, by winning the Serie A, of course, we are in the Champions League here, and we have the ability to complete the career mode this season. This time, we are drawn up against group with Atletico de Madrid, Marseille, and Sturm Graz here. I think somewhat similar to last year's group. Let's see how we perform this time around, though. And top the group we did, but just barely on short points. 3 wins, 3 draws. Let's see who we get in the round of 16 here. You gotta be taking the piss. We get PSG for coming first in the group. And look at that, Marseille only get Leverkusen. Nah, this is a piss take. This is a joke. Alright, you know what? I guess if we want to win the Champions League this season, we're gonna have to do it the hard way. So I decided to sell our backup keeper here, Mal Svillar here, off to Everton for £4.5 million. I mean, just because I don't really need him, because I'm starting Cruz every single game. So, I thought, it would be better to get him to another club, get him some growth and development, because he's not going to be used here at all. Alright, breathe. We just barely got past PSG. 4-3 in the second leg and 3 all in the first leg. Just barely getting past PSG, but this has filled me with somewhat confidence because I honestly believe PSG will want the favorites to win the Champions League, and now that we have dethroned them, I feel like we might actually have a shot. But let's see who we get in the quarterfinals here. Nah, you cannot script this. This is a rematch of actually last season's quarterfinal where we faced off against Bayern Munich. Can we be the one on the winning side this season? Let's hope so. Alright, it's deja vu all over again, except it's 1 season later, I guess. Well, I guess that's what deja vu means. Anyways, we're here at the Stadio Olimpico, here for the first leg against Bayern Munich. Do not let history repeat itself, please. Quick sipping the result for the first leg here, and oh my. Oh, well, I mean, it's different from last season, because last season we actually got a draw in the first leg. Okay, my confidence has been all over the place. It was high, but now it's at an all-time low because we need to come back from a 2-goal margin here. I don't know if we're gonna do this. I don't know. Let's just see what happens here. Oh my goodness. Dybala, Abraham, stand up. My goodness. Is that one of the greatest comeback in Champions League history or what? I don't believe what I'm saying. 4-1 we win. And an aggregate of 5-4. And Dika getting the first goal. Kane then gets a goal. Both then gets a goal. So I believe that puts us at if that was 2-1, I believe that puts us at 3-4. But then Abraham getting a goal in the 80th minute brings us to 4-4 at full time, and then we go to extra time. Dybala in the 119th minute. Oh my goodness, the scenes. That is a Champions League game for the history books. I'm still lost for words after that last performance, but in the semi-finals here, we got Borussia Dortmund. Like, here we are, semi-final, the first leg at the Signal Iduna Park here at Borussia Dortmund. Come on, I feel like we have got the side to take them down. I really do. I genuinely do have the feeling, but I don't know. Something just tells me that it won't go our way. I don't know what it is. The scoreline, okay, 2-1 in the first leg, not emphatic, but I can deal with that. All right, we go into the second leg here at home with a positive outcome here. We have the 1-goal lead. We're gonna have to use that to our advantage, especially at home here. Come on, Roma, get it done. I know you can for a spot in the final here. Come on, Roma. Quick simming the match here. Come on. Come on. Come on, Roma. 2-1 again. We win both the legs, and just like that, I say just like that, but through all of that, we are now in the final. And it is an all-Italian affair in the finals here as we are facing Inter Milan. And before we go to that finale, let's take a look at how we did in the Serie A. We did way better on points total. We got 98 points this time around this season. Last season, I believe we got like 85 or 86. But we really dominated the Serie A this season. And of course, before we head into the final, we have to check our expenses and we meet the transfer budget here. So we are eligible to complete the career mode if we win the final. Let's get to it. Alright, here we are. Our first shot at winning a Champions League here. If we fail right now, we can still do it next season, but I don't want no next season. I'm going to do it right here and right now because I feel the squad is ready anyways. At Old Trafford here, the finals is a 3-1 win. Dybala hat-trick. Stand up, my man. What a display. And just like that, we have won the Champions League here. There you see it. Dybala, my goodness. And to make it official here, there it is, winner Roma FC. And there you have it. Those are all our achievements, all our trophies. 3 Serie A, 1 Coppa Italia, 1 Champions League to end off the video here. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I did making this video. Subscribe for more, like for more. Let me know down in the comment section below which team should I do a career mode for next with a custom objective. But until next time, I'm Random Football 800. You guys have been amazing. Take care, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you all on the next one.